What's up? We're back with another video. Today we're going to be going over this dumbest person on the literal planet. Like, this guy is that dumb. Like, I swear he was like probably 8, maybe 12, in between that range. And let's get into the video and tell you how everything turned out. Now, I was a bit abusive on the starter event, but just to say out, I'm not giving this person hate. I just thought he was really dumb. He kept accusing me of stuff that I did not do, and would I ever do. So again, don't send this person hate. And basically that's it. I did criticize him a lot in this video because I was just really annoyed at the time, but yeah. Now, I was just like, uploading my video a couple days ago. If you didn't see it, it was the, how I turned to light mode thing. If you didn't see that video. So I was turning it into a scheduled one, right? I was scheduling it. It says right there on the video that I scheduled it, and some person, I don't actually know who entirely it is. It's just someone just said that's an IP grabber. I don't know how you can get it as an IP grabber. I even sent a screenshot of it saying scheduled. The reason why the thumbnail didn't show is because when I copied it, I accidentally put like the little arrow at the end of it, which would like just for some reason stop it, because at the other end I also put an arrow. So it's just weird. But yeah, he thought it was an IP grabber, which it wasn't. I wouldn't do that. And then I got into a conversation with him, or texting. I was doing something at that time, and then he's like, I said to him, IPs don't really do anything anymore. They used to. I don't think many people know this, but if you turn off your modem for I think it's like 10 to 15 minutes, your IP address actually changes. Now, a lot of people might not believe me. Their internet provider, depending on which one they're with, might not do this. Some do. I know like 4 internet providers which do. After you turn it off for like 10 to 15 minutes. They do change your IP address. This is how I just, evaded all my DDoS attacks. Because all I do is just turn off my Wi-Fi. They'll say, oh, I got your IP, it's gonna DDoS you. So all I did was just tell them I'll be right back in a second. I'd go offline for like 10 minutes and then turn it back on. So my IP address got changed. I've done it like 6 times now. Another thing as well, it's just a normal thing. Sometimes, not very often, but a very little amount. Sometimes every 15 to 14 or so days, your internet provider would, depending on which one you're with, will just change it. Like, they will change it themselves. Like, you won't have to change it, they'll just change it themselves. You might have to restart your internet for it to count. But, yeah, so that's just to let you know of that. Oh god, yeah, I'm not gonna win this. So depending on which internet provider you're with, it will change your IP address. And then he said, most IP addresses start with 192. Now, there's only 2 IP addresses, which I know which that starts with. Is your, like, I forgot, it's like an IP4 address. And you use this one to connect to your internet provider settings. So this is where you would change depending whatever you want to do with it. Like if you want to change the password to Wi-Fi or anything, you'd go to 192.168.0.1 and you'd go to there on the internet, and it would go to your internet provider thing, and it would just say that whatever it is. It will just it will you go in there, change a bunch of settings, and it's very simple. But this guy got into a heated conversation with me. I banned him from my server for just being dumb. Like I told him over and over again. He kept just saying things. He kept being mean. He just I banned him, right? So that happened. So I dare you guys to go right now, depending on where you live or which depending on which internet provider. If you're able to, turn off check your IP address, then turn off your Wi-Fi, then check it again, and you can check, and then it will change, as I said, because your IP address regularly changes nowadays. Because that's just how internet providers work, to stop DDoSing in the past. Because in the past, you know, people used to DDoS hella amount. So internet providers regularly just do that now. Oh god. Internet providers regularly do that now. And then we got into a conversation about me being dumb. And then he said about, like, oh, that's loud. That is really loud. Like, that is bloody loud. He said about how much, he said about how he was, I said him like he was 8 years old. And then I said, and then he replied with, like 8 inches in your mom. I'm like, I hope everyone, I don't think a lot of people know about this, but I actually don't give a flying about my mom. Like, I generally don't care about her. I don't care what would happen to her. I wouldn't care if she got, like, if she was on the side of the road and she got shot or something, even though there's no guns in Australia. Like, I generally wouldn't really care. And then he just keep rambling on, saying a bunch of random stuff. And because I'm nice, I'm not going to show his name out there because I'm not that type of person. I'm not a bitch. I keep privacy. But if you're in my Discord server, then I think you would probably know who it is. If you were on my Discord server, of course. If you weren't, then Sag. So that's that. So basically, the moral of the story is just don't listen to retards. If they say, like, oh, your IP address never changes, just turn off your Wi-Fi. If you ever get threatened to DDoS, just turn off your Wi-Fi for like 10 minutes. I'll have like I know a couple internet providers like Optus, Telstra, but these are in Australia. I'm not sure if they're worldwide. Optus, Telstra, like Netgear or something like that. One of them. There's only a couple that I know of. There's not a lot of them, but I know a couple that actually work, since I've actually tested it before. But yeah, so that's basically, like, the story. Like, the guy was just not intelligent at all. Like, he said some weird things. Like, I'll probably put a couple things up there, like a couple of images, as I didn't, like, pay attention to them. We got into a heated conversation. He's probably texting me right now because I'm recording this straight after he like DM'd me. Straight after, like, we ended that whole fight thing. So yeah, a lot of people didn't know that you can, you know, just simply change your IP address depending on which internet provider you are with. And even if your internet provider cannot do that, just go ahead, bring up your internet provider and just say, hey, can I quickly change my IP address? And they'll definitely go through it and just say, yeah, sure. You know, like, it's very simple. Very, very, very simple. Not that hard. Hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.